Well, good afternoon. My name is Jeff Parsons. I have the privilege of serving as the college's Vice President of Academic Affairs and Chief Academic Officer. And on behalf of the college's Board of Trustees and our President, Dr. John Enamite, who was not able to be with us today, and the faculty and staff at Stanley Community College, I want to welcome you as we celebrate and honor our graduates of our electrical line worker training program. So thank you for being here, and we are excited for this minute for these gentlemen. This celebration brings us together to highlight the success of these graduates as they embark on their careers. They've gone through a 12-week training program that was, I'm going to say, fairly intense. One of the more physically demanding, maybe the most physically demanding training program we offer here at the college. So graduation is a happy time in the life of the college, and we're fortunate that we get to do this multiple times a year as we celebrate the success of a lot of our short-term workforce training programs here at the college. We just recently did a basic law enforcement training graduation right in this very room just a couple of weeks ago. Looking around, checking for, see if we have any Board of Trustee members here. I don't see any here. Okay, all right, very good. I do want to say that Stanley Community College is very blessed to have a wonderful faculty and staff who support our students in a number of different ways. Mr. Aldridge will be coming up here in a little bit to recognize those folks who have worked hard to get you guys to where you are. But I do want to just take a minute and say that I'm very happy to have the talent and expertise that we have here at the college and with our partnerships to provide the training that we do. And a lot of what these guys and girls do happens in the background. And you all may not always see that, but there are things that happen in the background that make training programs like this even possible. And so I just want to acknowledge those folks and the hard work that you do, and thank you for it. So before we move into the recognition of those faculty and staff who've worked with the training program with Mr. Aldridge in just a minute, I do have just a few things I want to share. And I know you didn't come here to hear me, and I'm perfectly aware of that, so I'll keep what I have to say fairly short. I want to share a little bit about the line worker program so you sort of know what these folks have gone through. This is our 14th graduating class with the program since we expanded it to have over 350 hours of training. It's a very, very long program. There's a lot of content and a large variety of content in the program. Everything from safety to first aid to pole climbing to stuff that I don't even know what means when I read it on a sheet of paper. But there's a lot to it, and it's very physically demanding. And so it's an intense program. This is our third class that's been taught in partnership with the City of Albemarle and their utilities department. And so we're very happy for that. And so for the folks from the city and Jimmy, I just want to say a very special thank you. We appreciate the partnership. It's kind of unique to community colleges in the way that our training program works. And I'm very happy with it, and so I appreciate that. In the 14 classes we've had since we expanded this program to over 350 hours, we've enrolled a total of 150 students. 137 of those have graduated from the program. If some of you out there are interested in the program, registration's open for the spring and summer classes. A program like this is not really possible or really effective if it doesn't have a lot of industry partners. And so we do have a lot of partners in the utility industry, and I just want to say real quick a thank you to them. City of Albemarle, of course, Duke Energy, Davie Resource Group, Globe Incorporated, Mass Tech, PD Electric, Pike Electric, Tar Heel Electric Membership Association, Randolph Electric Membership, Utility Line Construction, Union Power Electric, and the Utility Service Agency. So we're very proud of the support we have and very thankful for the support that we have from industry for the program. To the graduates, I just want to say real briefly that I'm proud of you. Okay. Becoming an electric line worker is a great career choice. It will give you lots of opportunities for the future. You'll hear from some speakers from Duke Energy in a little bit who will probably talk about some of the different career opportunities, and I'm just guessing what y'all may have to say, but you could go into line work and be a line worker and do that until you retire if that's what you want to do, but there are also other doors that are going to open for you as you go through that. So there's a lot of opportunity there. And I want to also just note that there are a lot of folks including the elderly and some of those with disabilities who depend on things like reliable electric service. And so in a very real way, you will save people's lives. People don't often think of line workers as lifesavers. We often think of police and nurses and doctors and EMS and the fire department, and they are all lifesavers. But there are folks, if they don't have power in their home, some of the equipment they use to keep them alive, keep them comfortable, doesn't function. And so very, very, very much a life and death job. Having had family members who were elderly, I personally appreciate that. So I do want to also urge you, as you'll hear multiple times today, to stay safe in your job. I know safety was a focus of your training throughout. I think you've all had the opportunity to earn a 10-hour OSHA training card in the process of the course. And training was something you would have talked about throughout the day. You have folks here who love you, who care about you, who came out here to support you and have supported you through the program. They all want to see you come home every day. And so I just urge you, don't take shortcuts. Follow the procedures. Look out for each other. Look out for your coworkers. Go home at the end of every day. One more thing that I want to say to the graduates and to the families who were out here. And I just want to say thank you to you all for choosing Stanley Community College and trusting us to provide the training and education to your students. It's a big responsibility. We take it very seriously. And just thank you for the trust that you put in us. I feel sure that these folks have received a quality education taught by active line workers. And so that's I think pretty rare. So with that, I want to say congratulations to the line worker students once again. And I'm going to turn this over to Josh Aldridge. He is our Dean of Advanced Manufacturing, Industry and Trades, and he's going to come recognize the faculty and the staff. Thank you.
Afternoon. Like Jeff said, my name is Josh Aldridge. I'm the Dean of Advanced Manufacturing, Industry and Trades here at Stanley Community College. And I apologize if I'm talking really slow. I had a dentist appointment this morning, and man, he hooked me up. So this program takes a lot of hands. So those faculty and staff members that contribute to this are very important to this program, and I want to call them out, give them a shout out. And we're going to start off with the City of Albemarle and Jimmy Honeycutt. He is our lead instructor for the program. He does a great job, like Jeff mentioned earlier. You know, he's been doing this. This is his full-time job. So thank you, Jimmy. Next, Austin Smith is in the very back up there in the corner. So Austin covered the 10-hour OSHA with these guys. So thank you, Austin. Donnie Hatley, I don't think Donnie's with us, but Donnie Hatley covered the flagger training for us. Gary Hatley covered our electrical distribution. Scott Shue did CPR, AED, and first aid with these students. Ann Russian came out from NC 811 and did the Call Before You Dig program with these students. And then Mr. Devin Balcom, he's hiding somewhere. There's Devin, okay. Mr. Devin Balcom covered interview skills and resume writing. So very important piece. Mark Sample, I'd like to thank you for doing the sound system for us, sir. Andre Burrows, Emma Henson, and Nicole Williams are all with social media and marketing. We want to thank y'all. So I had the privilege of covering some CDL training with these guys. So, and I come to learn these are some good fellas here. A little quiet, but they're a good group of guys here. So I also want to thank Mr. Roger Carpenter up there in the back. If y'all look way back there in the back, he always sits back there. So he thinks he can hide. So he's been helping us out for a while now. He's been at the foundation since we got the program started back up. He's been with us since then. And he is the assistant, been helping Jimmy out. So we want to thank Roger as well. So lastly, I want to thank Karen Russell. She's on the front up here. So she keeps us all in line. So she takes care of a lot of the administrative stuff that goes on behind the scenes for the program, visits these guys on a regular basis, and make sure they're walking the straight line. So we want to thank her for that. Ain't that right? Y'all see that? So, all right. I'm going to pass this off to Mr. Devin Balcom now and let him cover the scholarships and grants.
Thank you, and I do want to congratulate everyone for the graduation. And I'm going to do a quick pass off myself because I'm going to invite Mr. Steve Brown up here, who represents North Carolina State Employment Credit Union, and he's going to actually give a little presentation as well.
Good afternoon. I am Steve Brown. I'm the Senior Vice President of the State Employees Credit Union, the Albemarle branch on 740 Bypass. Today with me I have Janet McClure, who's the Vice President of the State Employees Credit Union right across the road over here at Highway 2427 branch. And I also want to mention Kelly Caudle's with us today. He is a Stanley Community College employee. Also has been on the State Employees Credit Union Advisory Board, serves as chairperson for Janet's branch. So thank y'all for being with us today. It's my pleasure to be at the community college today to recognize and celebrate the participation in the State Employees Credit Union Foundation Bridge to Career Scholarship Program for the 2023-2024 academic year. I want to thank Dr. Animate and the community college for having me here today for this special announcement. We've been overjoyed at the interest and growth in this program, as well as the impact in enriching the lives of hundreds of North Carolina students each year since its inception in 2018. Our goal is to continue growing its impact, which is why we're here today. The Bridge to Career program has become an integral part of the support for individuals, whether seeking a job in a high-demand industry, trade, or enhancing their education with new skills to advance their career. This collaborative effort with state educators is a wonderful example of how we are working together to create a better future for scholarship recipients, their families, and our communities. North Carolina has a world-class community college system, and we're delighted that all 58 community colleges are taking part in this program to further equip students with the financial resources that will help them achieve their educational goals. It's at this time a great delight that I present a ceremonial check for $18,000 to Stanley Community College for the State Employees Credit Union Foundation's Bridge to Career program. We thank you for all that you're doing and letting us be a part of this. And I also want to say congratulations to the graduates today, and thank you for having us here today. Thank you.
Janet, you got anything to add? Okay. All right, so just a few words. First of all y'all need to shake their hands because each one of you received $500 scholarship based on the actual scholarship funds that were provided by the State Employee Credit Union. All right? So, at least say thank you, you know. So anyway, as I get started, I just want to say a few words. You have actually made a great accomplishment completing this 12-week program. It is a great first step in your program, but it is in your career, but it is the first step in your career. And so thinking about that, you're going to have some representatives from Duke that are going to come and speak, and they're going to tell you that this is really day one of the rest of your education. And so you've made that first hurdle. Be prepared to continue to learn every day for the rest of your life, because that's how you improve, that's how you get better, that's how you get promoted, and that's how you get up there to Joe's position. Right, Joe? There you go. So anyway, so I have the honor of being able to report on the scholarships that students received. This program does cost well in excess of $600. So there's the $600 plus for the tuition and the fees, and then there's the equipment, the safety equipment that the students have to purchase. So it is a financial burden, we realize that. But the scholarship that each one of you received for $500 from the State Employee Credit Union Bridge to Career Cohort Program actually helped offset some of that cost. In addition to that, Mr. Jack Martin actually received $250 from the Will Hughes Scholarship. Cody Tuff Knotts actually received an additional $500 from the Golden Leaf Scholarship. And so we appreciate all those funds that were provided. I'm sure you appreciate those funds that were provided. And in conclusion of what I have to say, I'm actually going to be introducing someone else. But I do want you to take heart in the investment that has been placed into you. You know, $500 is not a lot, but it is a lot. It was something that helped you get through this first hurdle. So as was mentioned before, take care of yourselves because you want to take care of your families, right? And how many of the family out there want them to return home in the evening? All right. So y'all saw that, right? So be careful. Keep your minds on what you're doing. Follow the instructions that you've been given and will be given so that you can return home to those family members, okay? And with that, I'm actually going to invite our representatives from Duke Power. We have Joseph Crapster and Quinn Davis, and I don't know which one. I guess Mr. Davis is going to come speak. Joe's getting out of it somehow. He's giving me the thumbs up. So welcome, Mr. Davis.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Quinn Davis. I'm Director of Operations in East Charlotte for Duke Energy. I'm joined with a couple of my colleagues up here. I got Bobby Wilkes up here, who has Director of Operations for Salisbury, Kannapolis, Mooresville. Joe Crapster from our Government Community Relations, and then also Eddie Barbie, who's one of our operations supervisors in Salisbury. So we're thrilled to be here today. We're thrilled to partner with Stanley Community College. This is a wonderful program. It's great to see how it's grown through the years, and we are tremendously pleased to be a partner with it, and like with the City of Albemarle. So I just want to say thank you for allowing us to be here. You've kind of already heard it a little bit already, and you've probably been seeing it around, is that the need for electrical line workers is just tremendously growing and growing. And Duke Energy, just about every other utility in the nation, municipality, co-op, we are all looking for folks with the skill sets that y'all have developed here. It is a growing career path that we have seen. We have operated electric systems for well over 100 years in some areas, and for the longest time it's just been about operating the system. It's about keeping the lights on, but that's really has been transforming here in the last few years. It is, for those of us that have been in the industry for a little bit, it's an exciting time to be joining up, to be getting into the industry. We are rebuilding portions of our grid. We are upgrading. We are incorporating new technology, and this is happening everywhere in this nation. And so really the foundation y'all have created going through this program, I think sets you off in a great spot, a great career. Just like you've heard from the speakers already, it's all about working safely. It's about making sure you have a long career, and all those opportunities really are ahead of you right now. So it's amazing opportunity. So congratulations to you all. Everybody needs power, and hardly anybody knows how it gets to their house. All they do is they flip the switch. And so y'all are joining what I consider an elite group of individuals that really understand how this grid works, how we build it, how we deliver power to customers. And it is growing and growing in importance, and you heard it, the criticality to life and our society and everything like that. So y'all are joining that elite group. I just look forward to seeing kind of what y'all can bring to the industry, the changes and development y'all can bring. If you got questions about career opportunities with Duke Energy or City of Albemarle or others, we would love to talk with you. We are going to have job postings put out there. We would love for you to look towards Duke Energy and some of the other folks in the area, because there's a lot of work going on right here in this part of North Carolina. So In addition to that, just again, thank you for allowing Duke to be a partner with the college here. There will be a formal announcement coming out next week, but Duke Energy would also be providing a grant to the Stanley Community College Lineworker program for the amount of $20,000 to help for this program, to help continue to grow it. It's a recognition of just the great things we see going on, an acknowledgement of the wonderful things that we see in the demonstration here with this class here. So appreciate what y'all are doing. Appreciate allowing us to be here. And once again, congratulations, guys.
All right. Now what we all came here for. All right. So we're going to present the certificates to the graduates. So the graduate says, I call your name out. Come up, get your certificate, shake hands, and if you want to stand over to the side, afterwards we'll do a group photo kind of stuff. Sound good? All right. Marshall Alex Dennis. Cody Tuff Knotts. Edward Jack Martin. Julian Scott. Caden Sharp. Jesse Switzer. Aaron Tyler Thomas. Brady Thornburg. Okay. Caden Thompson. Let's give these guys a round of applause.